Hello folks, this is Robert Frantz, back again, once again. Well, in this segment, I'm gonna just do something a little simpler for once. I'm gonna just go into the structure of the parties, pretty much how the setup of really both parties are, and also people what they say of both parties. Well, let's start with the main part, what most people will say, the moderates. Moderates are pretty much spineless, meaning they'll fold to whoever is in power. Meaning, if a Republican's in power, they'll fold underneath them. If a Democrat's in power, they'll fold over to them. But most of the time, they usually fall over to the Democratic side. They'll fall over to the left, and they're most likely the ones that are usually not guaranteed votes. They're not going to guarantee you a vote. If you're like pretty much you want to get this bill passed, and really you don't have much really to offer to these guys, it's gonna pretty much not work. You're not gonna get their vote. Usually the ones you want to get the votes from are the ones that are pretty much where they're gonna vote. You know exactly. You're trying to the ones that are easier to persuade, not the ones that are like, for example, like you. Well, I'll use that example later, but with but then you get into your Republican Democratic side of the parties, the two-party system. Well, you have the right, which is going to represent my right hand, which will be on your left, but it'll be my right hand right here, which is the right wing, which you have two sides on that, and then on your left, which I'm going to represent as my left hand right here, as the left side of the party, the left, which is Democrat usually. Well, I can use a big example with our president right now. For example, President Obama is extreme leftist. Extreme, you see, left hand, leftist. Meaning, most of the other presidents before him were not as far left. The only one I can think of in our history would have been FDR. And FDR was pretty much flirting close to where President Obama is right now. Well, you want to go with extreme right, well, you can see right hand. The extreme right is pretty much, I don't know anybody that was that extreme right in my lifetime or ever. I've seen ones that are close to the extreme right, which was former President Ronald Reagan. Reagan was pretty much, most people would say Democrats alone would say Reagan was bad. But if you take a look, who actually helped the next president, actually two presidents after him, which is the left hand coming up, meaning it's a lefty, meaning a Democrat. Remember that. When I raise the left hand, that's a Democrat. Right hand is Republican, which meaning Reagan helped Clinton, which was President Clinton. He helped actually spur the internet boom. If you think about it, all that stuff was coming from the 80s. All that technology was being grown in the 80s, which was Ronald Reagan's time, from 1980 to 88. So there's your answer to that one. Ronald Reagan was actually the visionary of what helped Clinton, help Mr. Lefty, Mr. Left, Bill Clinton, look good, making the Republicans look so bad. But he was not bad. Then you get your ones that are middle ground Republicans. They're fold over too. They can fold over to the Democratic side anytime they want to. That's where you get your two Bushes, HW and W, both presidents. Both of them were pretty lousy presidents, but it kept everybody else from trying to hold up the rest of the country like nuts. But when you have, let's get back to this part explanation. Now we already went into the right we have the extreme right, the right wing. We already explained the extreme left wing. Then you have your little factions, which are a little different. Extreme right wing, most left wingers would say is the Conservative Party, which is the conservatives. They think they are the extreme right. You see, right hand is the bad guys. They're not the bad guys. These guys are actually, if you take a look at the extreme righties, these extreme rights they say, but they're actually the conservatives. They're the ones that they will say extreme right. When they say extreme right, they're actually meaning conservative. When they mention Reagan as a moderate, he was not a moderate. He was a conservative. He was with those people. He took a stand against these people on that extreme left to moderate left. Because you always have that moderate, they always say, oh, moderate left or moderate right. Well, then you have your real oddballs. You always have an oddball. You have your, for example, your moderate rights are usually, actually, what I consider liberal Republicans, which is right-handed. Usually you're supposed to be right-handed if you're a right-winger. You're supposed to be a right-winger. This is the right wing right there, but the right wing has some lefties, meaning liberals. They have liberal Republicans, which is in control of the party. There's your answer. They're in control of the party because of one reason, because they think, ooh, we can set up everything so it works for us. We can set up the word conservative as us, not the real conservatives. They're not. Sad to say, they're not. While with the left, you have also the ones that are that oddball too, meaning left, which I am, meaning Democrat. I'm not left, really. I'm right. I'm the left. I'm on the left side of the Democratic Party, but I'm a right-winger, meaning I am a conservative. I'm a conservative Democrat, meaning conservative Democrats are blue-collar workers. If you don't know what a blue-collar worker is, look out on the street. The guy that's working that dirty job, either cleaning dirt off, like digging holes, digging ditches, or a job that really no one else would do, working on cars, things like that, that's a blue-collar worker. If you're working in a business behind a computer, which I'm at right now, meaning you're a white-collar. Most people on the Democratic left would call them conservatives because they're usually they built themselves up, meaning up, not down, as become rich. They're not really what you can consider rich. They built themselves up. That's someone that you should inspire to be, not frown upon. But which I am conservative Democrat, but that's a totally different situation. But people, trust me, if you have any questions, just go down to the bottom, right down here, which my right hand's pointing down to, and put a comment. If you're really liking all the videos, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. I think it's up on top or on the bottom. I don't remember if it's bottom or top. I don't know. Bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. But I am seeing a lot of views. I've seen a lot of different things, but politically there's not really anything here. So I'm trying to just give some information, not trying to be a poster for someone. I'm actually pretty much trying to give you some education, which in this case I can even use an example right now for an even balance. For if you're a Republican, even balance, because here's an example. You have Mitt Romney, who's the nomination for the Democrats for president. Here's the best example. You look, he picked Ron Paul. Not Ron Paul. Paul Ryan. I'm thinking Paul, but that's the last name instead, but Paul Ryan, who wrote this plan. If you can take a look at it, take a look. I guarantee you'll be surprised. I'm guaranteeing you. It's very good. It helps. It has a way of stopping all this stuff going on. It would kill Obamacare too, which is Obama tax actually, but it's a real good thing because Romney's moderate and Paul's conservative, so it keeps a balance there. While with Obama, it's Biden and him, and they're both extreme liberals. So it's not like you have a choice of extreme liberals on this side, on my left hand, or go with the right hand and vote for them. Talk to you again. Thank you very much. Bye.